Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Star Fox Assault playthrough. This is penultimate part today, and we're invading the Aparoid homeworld with one of the most epic cutscenes in Nintendo's history. I love this cutscene so goddamn much. Like the way it's scored, I love the cinematography, I just love everything about it. I wish Nintendo would do more stuff like this. It just looks and sounds amazing. It lends so much gravitas to the situation as well, like the cutscene at the beginning when we're attacking Oikon's voices. Oh no, I can't even say his name properly. Oikon's forces. That cutscene was equally as epic. I mean, this game isn't as good looking as Star Fox Adventure, but I think this, like, just the cinematography and like how it looks and just the animation, how the character's animated, makes it look kind of better in a way. It has better visual style, is what I would say. It's more dynamic.
Okay. Is everyone ready?
The lip sync's pretty good as well.
Move out.
Annoyingly, I can't find the actual score for this scene anyway, even though I love it. I love that, like, it's quite annoying. I can only find the level scores. If anyone can find those, you're welcome to link them in the description. Sorry, I meant to say you're welcome to send them to me in links. And what I love about this is not just Star Fox invading, it's the whole Cornerian fleet. So let's take a look at our enemy's homeworld.
Coordinates of Aparoid system confirmed and stored in memory.
This is it?
Doesn't look exactly...
It's lovely. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, Crystal summed that up, pretty much.
Wait, its size and mass are disproportionate.
What? What does that mean?
Are you seeing?
I don't know why, I love that idea that, it's kind of a shell planet. It's like, it's hollow on the inside, like, it's all hollow and weird, and I like the fact that, it's just a cover for what's on the inside, basically.
Look there. That must be where the Aparoids.
This is our last briefing as well.
We could use it to make our way to the planet interior.
But after the Aparoids come out, it looks like some sort of shield goes up.
Multiple shield generators detected, displaying now.
If the past is any indication, there'll be hatchers along with those shield generators, huh?
I don't remember that being a
Even
thing,
if we
but
could
okay,
move
Fox.
forward, that's as far as we'd get. It'll be dangerous, but we've got to demolish all the generators and turn off that shield.
So basically, the setup for this mission is we have to destroy a load of hatchers, 8 specifically, according to the target reading there. And basically, we'll be doing this while the Cornerian fleet attacks the planet above. So kind of providing a distraction in a way. And this is actually one of the harder levels in the game, I'd say. Like, there's just stuff attacking you from everywhere, and I don't think I've ever reached this mission, like, I don't think I've ever done this mission on Extreme without losing at least one life. This is why I'd recommend making use of all of your weapons, and, you know, if times get tough, throw a grenade at yourself like I just did. This is also going to be quite a long mission, as you can tell by the time at the bottom. So I'd really like to kind of open this up, this playthrough, and just kind of ask, since Star Fox Zero has come out, do people want me to cover that? Again, like in the style that I've done now, be by myself. Or the original Star Fox for the SNES, you know, let me know. I wouldn't mind doing both. I've never played... I mean, I have played the SNES one, but I haven't done it for years, so, like, I'd have to really, like, re-familiarise myself with it. And, Star Fox Zero, I don't know, I kind of played it a little bit, but I haven't really picked it up since it came out, and I'm really disappointed, just because, like, it didn't grab me, really, and I've moaned about it before, but I wouldn't mind covering that. It's got some stuff worth talking about. And it'd be nice to actually do a HD Star Fox game on this channel. I mean, like, I've tried to make these ones look as cinematic as possible. I can only do so much with SD. like before, it's kind of worth using the sniper rifle to take stuff out.
This base is so
It's just like a way more. It's probably the most powerful weapon in the game next to the home inventory. It's not brokenly powerful, but it definitely takes things out really quickly. And this is probably one of the hugest areas to explore in the entire ground mission and the ground missions. We have like, it's kind of formed like Peppy had a map for it earlier when we were in that briefing, but it's kind of split into sections where there's that main hub where we started, but there's also 4 paths that lead places. So 2 lead into buildings and 2 lead into kind of more open areas. We've got to kind of go through every single area to get all the hatches, really. And it's not just us on foot. I mean, they don't really say it in the briefing, but Crystal's actually helping us on foot, and you can go, you know, get some lines out of her and some nice stuff like that if you really want to. She won't be helping you destroy the hatches though, because that's clearly expecting too much out of Crystal. Thanks, Falco. Those things, by the way, are murderous. Look how much damage that just did to me. I had full health. Those things can make this section like this really difficult. But a charge blast will just take care of them. They can. I think they're meant to be anti-tank weapons, really. And something that's quite cool. You do actually have access to both your R-wing and your landmaster. So if you want to use them to, like, you don't really need the R-wing until later on. And it's mostly there to set up the final part of the game. And the Landmaster's kind of useless. You can't. The most you can do with the Landmaster is take out some of the enemies outside. You can't bring it in here, obviously. It's not very helpful. I'm pretty sure I said this in a part earlier, but just to clarify, we will be doing the multiplayer on Blunderbuss versus. I'm not ignoring it. It's just I thought it would make more sense to do it in the weeks that this is out, but more specifically the week that these last 2 parts are out. And in that we'll be doing every stage, so we'll try and show off as much of it as possible. In terms of aesthetic, I like how this place looks. It doesn't look like any place we've ever been before in Star Fox. And I like the kind of honeycomb design of it. Like, we're going to go in here, and see on the walls there, all the honeycomb stuff. It brings to mind Banjo-Kazooie first, but it also reminds me a lot of, you know, how that whole hive mind thing they talk about in Bees, and it kind of brings that whole theme together, really. Those pink doors that you see there, you don't need to use the Landmaster to shoot them open. It's more like just a high explosive, so the rocket launcher will do, really.
This is the enemy stronghold. Proceed with caution.
Oh god, they're on the walls now. People complain about Fox's control, but especially in situations like that, I think the control's really nice and tight. Like strafing with him feels really natural, and you can kind of like pull off some really good dodges. I apologise for the yawning, I've only just woken up. The game's not boring me. I've also been recording this playthrough for a couple of hours now, so it's kind of getting to me a bit. Well, it actually is, we just have to charge it. I mean, these aren't really shield generators for the shield. They're more just shield generators for the... I nearly called it the harvester for some reason. Shield generators for the Aparoid thing. Oh, come on, Harry. Hatcher, that's what they're called. So what do just from watching it, what do you all think of like this level? Because in terms of fun, I'd say this is one of the more fun levels. It depends what your definition of fun is. I find I get fun out of challenge and like being really pushed to, you know, really make use of everything that we've learned in the game. And I feel like this level adequately does that. And I mean, like later on, I mean, like one of the last hatches we're going to go and destroy in the 2 open areas actually has some of the more difficult challenge. And like in the order I'm doing them in this playthrough is the order I'd recommend doing it, because you can get some of the easier ones out of the way. And like, I mean, like there's a lot of enemies here, but you're not exactly trapped or anything. You're just kind of, I mean, like look here, I'm giving enough, more than enough space to destroy these things. Whereas we go onto the outer side, it was going to get a lot more tough. It's probably a good thing that they give you barriers, because I'm not using them yet, but they will get really useful, especially in those tight areas I mentioned earlier. I love the insect kind of motif they've got going with the Aparoids so much here, and like it kind of all brings it together. Like in this level, like I mentioned, the hive mentality they've got, and just like the fact that they're willingly basically throwing themselves at Star Fox to stop them killing their queen and stuff like that. It's just all very insecty, and I like the fact that it's all based on various different insects, like the like those big ones that are shooting those like kind of green missiles at me. They're kind of based like more on a praying mantis or something like that. And those like the ones that go down in one hit, the one that I just shot in the face there, they kind of have more of a I guess more of like a spidery kind of look to them. The ones that roll, I don't know. I don't know how I describe that. More with a shell. I can't really think of an insect off the top of my head that looks like that. Obviously, leave it in the comments if you can, because you're probably smarter than I am. But it makes them a lot more interesting than say like the Sharp Claw or Andros. I mean, like, it makes them feel, I mean, like, no pun intended, way more alien to Star Fox. I mean, because like if you look at the context of like the Star Fox universe, the Star Fox unit has only ever fought, you know, terrorists or like traitors to like Cornerian society, like Andros or like Wolf or like Oikoni and stuff like that. So like really seeing him kind of be pushed to fight something that's truly alien to him is kind of interesting. It made kind of an interesting character thing, really. And it made him, that's a thing with his character, it comes full circle in a minute, and it made the character make sense because he's being pushed to do things that he's never had to do. So that whole don't hesitate act thing makes way more sense than it would have if it had been just like another Oikoni fight or something like that. And that's why I think the writing in this game is so, like, not understated, but so unappreciated, like, for what is actual good character dynamics, the goofy lines that it has sometimes, but there's a real heart to it. You know, Fox learns a lesson. Everybody here, there's a real threat of death. People do actually die in this game. There's mentions of death, there's mentions of illness, there's mention of, like, suicide and stuff like that. It's not like done in a depressing way. It's more done in in a way that actually indicates that there's actual stake, there's things to be lost here. And the fact that we're getting to see the whole Lilac system attacked by these aliens, basically, and not just like, okay, let's say like Lilac Wars. That wasn't the only place in under Cornerian control that really gets hit. There is Katina and Corneria. The rest of it is either Macbeth that has enemy bases on it, or stuff like, or just uninhabited things like Titania. So really seeing like the Cornerian military take huge hits against these aliens is like, it's, you know, it's, the game feels like it's got genuine stake to it and genuine threats to it.
This is nothing. I can take care of this.
So that kind of surprises me when you see like people slag this game's story off, because I don't get that, because it's got character developments, it's got character arcs. No, not every character is developed as much as Fox. Crystal isn't developed at all, Falco isn't, Slippy isn't, and Peppy kind of is. But the point is, it's about Fox. The game is about him and about him learning to be not a better leader, but learning that he has to adapt sometimes to be a different person and like be a bit more, not ruthless, but don't let the weight of his actions affect him as much as they do in this game. Now, this is what I'm talking about, like the challenge here. We're going to get, like, see, we get trapped in an area here against loads of enemies. It's probably a good thing we got given this Gatling gun. But it's not so much this section here, but there's a bit in a minute where we're going to get trapped with a fuckload of those praying mantis things, and they can fuck you up. So what I would recommend is keep your Gatling gun, don't use it like I did there. Yeah, so what I'd recommend is like using your Gatling gun in those sections. Don't use it early, because you want to make sure that you can just basically just plow through those enemies. See, those missiles do a lot of damage. I know I'm playing on the highest difficulty as well. Also, that's something I'd recommend, is play on the highest difficulty if you want the best experience of this game. If you want to feel like you're actually fighting an alien mess, put it on the highest difficulty, and it makes the game, for me at least, a lot more fun than it would be otherwise. And it brings the story full circle and just makes it all kind of a better package for me. Although it's a much more fun experience if you put it on a low difficulty, but you're a scrub if you do that. You're a dirty scrub. Name's not about having fun, for God's sake.
Enemy ship down.
It's their home world. You got to expect some resistance.
Now, like I mentioned earlier, that the Cornerian military is actually helping us invade, and they're holding off the Aparoids while we're doing this. It may seem a bit weird that we're not getting any kind of dialogue about them. If you wait a couple of minutes, you do actually. So, like, if we just wait a little bit, Peppy's going to bring up what's going on in the battle above. Well, maybe not in a minute. It'll be like a little while, because you have to. I think the thing is, I don't know what the trigger is. It's either time or it's the amount. I mean, look at that corridor. Is what I'm talking about. It's either time or the amount of hatches you actually destroy that triggers it, really. It was supposed to trap you in there because I destroyed all the enemies. It didn't. So. It's quite a gauntlet just to get one hatcher, that. There we go. Just one more left.
Destruction of hatcher confirmed.
Nice work, Fox. That leaves one hatcher to go. Got it.
Now, in terms of the music, I haven't really talked about the music on this level yet, because it's actually an original track. It's not based on anything in another Star Fox game. And while I like it, I'd say it's one of the weaker tracks in the game, just because it is very repetitive. It's just that dun 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 dun. It's just literally that over and over again, and it doesn't really. I don't feel it changes enough to be a good track, and that thing is still terrifying. I mean, I guess this place is supposed to be a bit Venom-like, but the thing is, we never went on the ground in Venom, so it doesn't really. The next mission is going to reflect more on Venom, and you'll see that a bit better. But this, I don't really see it, and I appreciate the fact aesthetically it looks totally different from Venom, because I wouldn't have liked it anywhere near as much if it was just another Star Fox 64 ripoff. This place is actually a lot smaller than the last one we went to, so it's a good thing that I went to that one first. The simple way is always the best. Yeah, there's no going downstairs here. It's literally just like round corners and stuff. Yeah, use your Gatling gun here. I mean, look at that.
These Aparoids are serious.
So satisfying. Fox has had enough of this shit. Enough for these motherfucking Aparoids in this motherfucking galaxy. Also, how hardcore is Fox that he can just lift that Gatling gun up like it's nothing? It's so. By the way, another thing that I love about doing that is how satisfying it is on your radar down there, watching all of that just get blown to bits. Just go back and after I throw that grenade, watch that fucking map and hear that sound effect. It's so crunchy and amazing. Oh, shut up, Slippy. It's easy for you and Falco. All you're doing is flying in the sky, shooting Aparoids down. You're not helping us at all. And the hilarious thing about that is, about them flying around basically doing nothing, is that they still get attacked. After we shoot all these hatchers, we're going to have to get in the R-Wing. They still get attacked. And there we go, last hatcher.
Target destroyed.
Let's get back outside.
Sensors detecting new presence. A hatcher. What? New hatchers located under the base.
Fox, you gotta get busy destroying things.
Now, if you actually leave this section too long, there's actually nice foreshadowing to what's going to happen in a minute. I won't spoil it because we haven't got there yet. It's going to be in the last part of this part. But there's really nice foreshadowing for it. And like, I don't think Peppy's going to mention that thing that I said he was going to say about the Cornerian fleet. He basically says that in about the 20 minutes we've been playing this, 20% of the Cornerian fleet has already been destroyed.
We're losing communications again. It looks like we may be the last group. Don't give up. If only someone
So it kind of like parallels what it was that we were told
can insert the program.
at the beginning of the game about how a single Aparoid destroyed an entire Cornerian fleet.
Sorry, Fox.
If anything, they should have left like Falco and Slippy to help the Cornerian fleet and just Fox and Crystal go down here. That would have made a lot more sense. And I like the fact you can actually see the shield below us as well. That's kind of cool. That's kind of nice visual. It feels like that we're actually. It's nice to see your objective. Actually, is the point I'm trying to make. Now there are actually power-ups for the R-Wing above these hatches. So it might be worth your time going up there and grabbing like the laser power-ups before doing all of that. And can I just say, there's loads of enemies down here, so you might want to like it. Your energy can go down a lot faster than you realise. That is what I'm trying to say. Basically, ignore Slippy, let him get shot down.
Darn it! I'm being chased.
Oh, fine. Here's an idea. Falco, go and help Slippy.
I let my guard down. Thanks, Fox.
I didn't get any of the S flags on here, but the ones in this level are really hard to find. They're just really fucking cryptic. The hardest ones are easily in the next level. Fuck getting them. I like how the fact that these hatches are so much bigger as well.
Destruction of hatcher confirmed.
3 more. And you know we do it because there's less than 40 seconds left of the playthrough.
Confirmed.
Fox, Falco, Crystal, Slippy.
Destruction of hatcher confirmed.
That line there foreshadows what's going to happen in a minute.
You did it, Fox. Now we can invade the base.
That's it for the penultimate part of Star Fox Assault. I'll see you next time for the final part of the Star Fox Assault playthrough.
Everyone's safe. Time to invade the enemy's homeworld.
Did you receive the supplies? It's now or never, team.